like to hear. Right now, let's welcome them to the stage. We've got the red team. They call themselves the Crabby Patties.
Yay!
Lindsay, who's playing on that team?
Grady.
Reese. Egan.
Damon.
Welcome, guys. Your opponent's right over here. Let's scream and shout for the Blue Rappers.
Yeah!
Raphael, who's on that team?
Renee. Eliana. Gabriella.
Brian.
Welcome, guys, and good luck to all of our teams in tonight's competition. We're going to head right now into round number 1 of Double Dare. I'm going to ask a trivia question. If you don't know the answer or think the other team doesn't have a clue, you can dare them to answer for double the points. But be careful, they can always double dare you back for 4 times the amount, and you either have to answer the question or take a physical challenge. The audience played the first physical challenge, and they won the first 10 points and in control to the Blue Rappers. Our blue team's on the board. With our first 10 points in our first trivia question. Now, also speaking of trivia questions, audience, if you think you know the answers, that's great, but please keep them to yourselves. Do not shout them out. They're just for our players on stage. So let's see if blue team can figure out these trivia questions now. Can you please tell me, in which ocean will you find Hawaii? In which ocean will you find Hawaii? Remember, no help from the audience. Please keep all the whispers to a minimum. What do you guys think there, blue team? We're going to dare over here to our red team. In which ocean will you find Hawaii? No help from the audience, please, no whispers.
Pacific.
The Pacific Ocean for 20 points is correct. There you go, red team.
Team Red! Woo!
Taking the lead, we're going to have our next trivia question. Red team, which famous person is the teddy bear named after? Which famous person was the teddy bear named after?
Dare.
We're going to dare now. Blue team, answer your question for 20 points. Which famous person is the teddy bear named after? For 20 points, you can double dare them back. What do you guys want to do? You guys can work together as a team?
Double dare.
We're going to double dare back over here to our red team. It is now worth 40 points, so you can take our first physical challenge. What do you guys want to do?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt. Well, a teddy bear would be named after someone named Teddy, so that's correct. Teddy Roosevelt is the red team. You get all 40 points. Very nicely done, red team. You know, there's a little bit of strategy there. Your next trivia question will be a video flashback. We're going to show you a clip from an early episode of Double Dare with the original host, Mr. Mark Summers. And Mark has a question exclusively for the red team.
If a train left Boston at noon, traveling 80 miles an hour, and you were in New York, who was the first American to walk on the moon?
Oh wow, there's a lot going on there. Red team, what do you guys think? I can repeat it only once. If a train left Boston at noon, traveling 80 miles per hour, and you were all the way in New York, who was the first American to walk on the moon? I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff you have to deal with in that question.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong is the correct answer for 10 points. Trying to trick you. You guys were smarter than that. There you go. You get your 10 points, and you're going to get our next trivia question. Hey, red team, can you please tell me what country did the famous New Year's song "Auld Lang Syne" originate from? New Year's coming up, of course. You might hear this song a few times. In what country did the famous New Year's song "Auld Lang Syne" originate from?
Dare.
We are going to dare over to our blue team now. It's worth 20 points, so you can double dare them back. You guys can take a guess, or if you don't know, double dare might be the best option. You guys can work together as a team. Come up with a group answer. We're going to double dare back for 40 points, red team, where you could take a physical challenge. The country was Scotland. Scotland came up with that song. So red team, you're going to take our first physical challenge. Let's make some noise! We're going to play a physical challenge. Come on, guys, make some noise! We're already gearing up for the next year, but here at the Nick Hotel, we're always going to celebrate one of our favorite pastimes here in America. Well, that would be going to a baseball game and getting a ballpark frank. Of course, the food is one of the best parts about going to a baseball game, and that's what we have going on right here. You'll see our players have some ingredients for a hot dog, and of course, we need a hot dog. That's what we have right here. But to get into the spirit of the game, I think we all need to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Raise your hands if you know the words to "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Do you know the words to "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"?
Some of them.
Some of them, okay. Well, then everyone with their hands up, we're going to help you out. You're going to lead the audience in a sing-along. Here we go. Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the ball. And the crack the jack. I don't care.
Never get back to the root. Rooting for the
Red team.
Red team, there we go. Forwards, 1, 2, 3, 6, there you go, give yourselves a round of applause. That was very nice of you. Now we're in the spirit of the game, and our players have some ingredients to use for our human hot dog, like some tomatoes, some onions, and some pickles. They're going to take these, they're going to toss them, you are going to catch them. Now you need one of each in your possession in 30 seconds or less, but we're missing one ingredient. Let's see, we got some relish, some onions, and some ketchup down there. What are we missing for a hot dog?
Mustard.
That's right, right above your head there's a tank full of mustard. In 30 seconds or less, if you can catch one of each of those, you'll get 40 points for your team and a face full of mustard. How does that sound?
Awesome.
That's what we like to hear. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock and cheer them on. On your mark, get set, go! And this minute, you need an onion, a pickle, and a tomato. Looks like we're just looking for an onion now. Where's an onion? Can we toss that onion and catch it? Yeah! It's time for mustard! Very nice. Have a round of applause for our red team. The crabby patties. Physical challenge, you guys earned an extra 40 points for your team. Very impressive round one score of 150 points. And our next trivia question, red team. Well, actually, that sound indicates the end of round number one. Once again, red team in the lead with 150 points. Blue team, you guys are on the board with our 10 points right over there. But that's okay, guys. In round number two, anything can happen. This is anyone's game. Point values double in this round. A physical challenge in round two is worth 80